when you look back at American history, there are certain presidents who stand out as the greatest of all time. They're in a league of their own. George Washington, the founder of our great nation. Abraham Lincoln, the president who saved our country during the Civil War, ended slavery. And Ronald Reagan, whose strong posture brought down Soviet communism.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And now, as of yesterday, the media has added a new name to that honorable list: Joe Biden. The moment he stepped foot in Ukraine, everything changed. In the blink of an eye, he went from Jimmy Carter to Abe Lincoln in the heat of the Civil War. Here is the New York Times. Since Abraham Lincoln rode to the front lines outside Washington to watch battles in Northern Virginia during the Civil War, no sitting president has gotten that close to combat. Didn't Bush and Obama fly into Iraq and Afghanistan during combat operations? I'm no military historian, but those trips seem kind of dangerous. I think Biden would himself disagree with the New York Times because Biden said he's been on helicopters in Iraq that have been shot at.
Let's start telling the truth. Number one, you take all the truths out, you better have helicopters ready to take those 3,000 civilians inside the green zone where I've been 7 times and shot at. You better make sure you have protection for them or let them die.
Yeah, he's been shot at in the green zone. Ukraine was nothing for Joe. And Biden's Ukraine visit has already taken on a life of its own. Rachel Maddow said Biden charged up Hamburger Hill.
It's a surprise and an astonishing thing for us to see and for people in Ukraine to see. I mean, at base level, this is an active war zone in a part of that country that gets hit by Russian missiles all the time. Seeing the American president there, walking the streets of Kyiv while air raid sirens literally sounded in that moment about possible incoming fire from Russia, it's just not something you ever expect to see.
It has to be. There was no incoming fire from Russia. We told the Russians ahead of time Biden was going to go so Russia wouldn't make any mistakes. So Biden got the pictures he wanted. The symbol of an American president in Ukraine has been immortalized. Biden announced another $500 million also, bringing the grand total to over $100 billion in the last year. Remember, Biden and the Democrats fought like crazy to stop $2 billion for going to our border wall, but just poured $100 billion into securing Ukraine's border. No love for East Palestine, Ohio, either.
The president being in Ukraine today, did that surprise you?
Absolutely. That was the biggest slap in the face. That tells you right now he doesn't care about us. I found that out this morning in one of the briefings that he was in the Ukraine giving millions of dollars away to people over there, not to us, and I'm furious.
So Biden's heart is elsewhere. Joe Biden has fallen in love with Ukraine.
The American stands with you, and the world stands with you. Kyiv has captured a part of my heart, I must say.
Has Joe ever said that about the people of Ohio? And then Joe flew to Poland, where he announced he has a new energy plan. Not an energy plan for America. Joe's got a plan for Poland.
We're also launching a new strategic partnership with plans to build nuclear power plants and bolster Poland's energy security for generations to come.
So let me get this straight. Biden's going to build nuclear power plants in Poland, but we aren't allowed to build nuclear power plants here at home. Biden's forcing windmills on us that kill whales and ruin my view, but Poland gets clean nuclear energy with no emissions. Well, we'd be way better off with nuclear power plants, but nope, those are for Poland. And while Biden's trotting across Europe, giving money to Ukraine and pushing power plants in Poland, Putin's up against the wall. So Putin responded to Biden's trip and suspended the nuclear weapons treaty with the United States. So Putin may start testing nuclear weapons again. Does Biden have a handle on where this is headed? Moscow just summoned the U.S. ambassador to talk about Joe Biden's, quote, aggressive actions. And Putin just put his Navy in the Black Sea on high alert. Oh, and by the way, China's President Xi is visiting Moscow shortly. So do you feel like the Biden administration has a plan here? Does the United States support where this thing is headed? Do you trust Joe Biden to manage the situation? Biden actually got heckled in Washington, D.C., of all places, by anti-war protesters before he left for Europe. Watch.
President Biden, I hate to bother you. We need to end this war in Ukraine. We need to push for negotiations. I hate to bother you, but people are dying. And we need to end and lift the blockade in Cuba. Please take Cuba off the state side of the terrorists.
Please. He's just trying to have dinner.
I hate to bother you. I'll happily leave, but I hope that we push for peace talks and negotiations and take Cuba off the state-sanctioned terrorist list.
Right now.
How symbolic is it? Biden is right underneath a picture of a lamb. So is the Biden administration clicking on all cylinders? Joe's entourage fell down the stairs of Air Force One in Warsaw. I mean, what is with everybody in the Biden administration falling down the stairs all of the time? Well, we hope they're okay. Oh, also, there's this. So you're supposed to stay on the carpet, Mr. President? So I hope this Ukraine situation ends well, because it doesn't look like the president is in charge.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.